I had the chance to sort of like look around at the patient's world and decide what can patients do to become more involved in their own options, therapy options, and I found out about this European project, EUPATI, which is an IMI-funded project. So I took part in the project, and I underwent this training for a year in the whole R&D of medicine. And from that moment on, then we received enough training to be able to make informed decision in everything that concerns the decision-making process of pharmaceuticals. It's an education program. The aim of EUPATI is really to train patients to become really effective in the decision-making level. So it's a sort of patient empowerment, but more on the upper level. So it's not about knowing about your disease and your therapeutic options, but really to be able to better advocate at decisional level. First of all, we learn all the different aspects of a clinical trial, and so specifically where the patient input can be valuable in clinical trials, so to have a complete broad picture of how a medicine is developed, but specifically where patients can give the contribution. So starting from the design of a clinical trial, from the risk-benefit sort of balance, or even HTA. I think it's really important for patients to create a sense of community, because regardless of your disease, and one of the good points of EUPATI was that it was not disease specific, because I think the needs of the patient, the bigger needs, are the same for everybody. So it's important for patients to connect and to work together and to inform each other. And one of the ways in which EUPATI is very successful, that it operates as a network. So we all represent different disease areas, but we're all connected, so we can share information and we can support each other, and so every option that becomes available, we can sort of share it together and take part. So it's really important for patients to become a community. EUPATI now it's where we created basically Facebook sort of like profile, and we're all connected. It's about 100 of us have been sort of trained by this project, and now the third sort of round is about to start, so it's continuing. And we really share information and everything that's got to do with training. So any opportunity, we sort of share it, or we also tell each other, oh, I'm going to take part in this conference, is there anybody going, or is there any views you want to express? So we work also in that respect, you know, that we try to sort of like build a common opinion that we can sort of like put through institutions or stakeholders in general. Because it is important, you know, to get the sort of the ideas from everybody. It's not just your disease area. Well, I hope it's going to do much more, because especially in Italy we are lagging behind. So I think what's important is to understand, and many people ask me what is patient empowerment. To me, patient empowerment is that I am able to decide about my own life, about my own options. So the decisions are not coming from above, but I decide. I'm in the center of this process. So I think now I'm much more sort of aware of what's available for me, what I can do, and how I can contribute also to other patients. So it has really made a big impact in my life. Absolutely. I think this is a big obstacle, and I think this is one of the next level that we need to face. It's a relationship with doctors, and as you said, on one side there are some doctors who are very open and collaborative, and they think patient input is important, and so they're open to this. And on the other side there are doctors that are completely reluctant, and they don't want patients to be part in this process at all. It's a cultural change, and like all cultural changes, it takes time, it takes patience, but I think one important thing is that for doctors to realize that if a patient is informed and can give something valuable back, then that's the point where they start to realize that you're not just the usual patient who just got the information on the internet and is going to lecture him about things. But you are an informed patient, you're there also to help him to understand patients better. So it has to be a collaborative approach. One of the main problems is exactly the source. So I think patients should look at, especially from European level, everything coming from a validated perspective, like the European content. For example, EUPATI developed a toolbox, which is an IT instrument that you can log in and you can find information about the development of medicines. It's completely free. It's in all European languages. And the information there is checked and validated, so you can be sure that's reliable information. So the EUPATI toolbox is one essential for patients. And then you have to always check where is the information coming from. That's important. Try to recognize what are reliable sources and stick to them. Don't just go out on the web and, download anything that you find.